So this week we're featuring Stone Mountain. I'm sure most of you have been to Stone Mountain, or you at least seen it. Stone Mountain has a rich and complex history. It's a massive granite dome that rises about 825 feet above the surrounding area and is the largest exposed piece of granite in the world. Pre-colonial era, before European settlers arrived, Stone Mountain was significant to the indigenous Cherokee people. For those of you who don't know, the Cherokee Indians were probably the top third of the state of Georgia. They regarded the area as sacred. It was part of their broader homeland in the southeastern United States. During the 18th and 19th centuries, Stone Mountain became known for its granite, which was eventually quarried for various construction projects. The mountain itself became a landmark in the growing state of Georgia. During Civil War and Reconstruction in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, Stone Mountain became associated with the rise, unfortunately, of the Ku Klux Klan. I should be able to say that. The Klan used the mountain as a site for their rallies, and the first Klan revival occurred there in 1915. The monument was carved on the side of the mountain in the 1920s. One of the most controversial aspects of Stone Mountain is the massive Confederate memorial carved into its face. If you ever wondered who's there, the carving depicts three prominent Confederate figures: Jefferson Davis, Robert E. Lee, and Stonewall Jackson. The project began in 1920s under the leadership of Gutzon Borglum, and I think that's the same guy who actually did the carving on Mount Rushmore. The project began in the 20s, but due to financial and political issues, his work here in Georgia was halted, and the project was later completed by other sculptors. In recent years, Stone Mountain has been a focal point for discussions on race and historical memory. The Confederate imagery has been the subject of debate and criticism, especially following the rise of movements advocating for racial equality and historical reckoning. Efforts to address and contextualize the mountain's controversial aspects, continue, and the park has worked to include more comprehensive interpretations in its history. It's a very popular destination. I have not been in the last year, but normally I go and walk Stone Mountain. It's a fairly easy to moderate to just a little couple of areas that are a tough hike. You can go all the way to the top of the mountain, and if you don't want to walk all the way back down, you can take the cable car. I always like to walk back down as well because I feel like it's as much work for me as going uphill.